Let's say it's clear for me that participation is vital. But how should I integrate it into my design process? Let's say I need to make an urban vision or strategy. What are my steps? What is my timeline? Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel where we talk about urban development process and what makes our cities look and function the way they do. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Let's have a look on the process that urban planners and architects deal with and think where we can integrate participation sessions there. Previously, we spoke about stakeholders analysis and the level of the involvements according to their interest or power level. And then we moved to the mind map that will help you to navigate in this sea of participatory tools. So if you haven't seen that ones, I highly recommend you to check them before you move forward with this one. And I will leave the link somewhere above. Now, let's talk about design process and when you actually should consider participation there. I would like to focus today on projects like city visions and urban strategy, and later I will make a few more about master plans and architecture. So if you don't want to miss them, hit the bell. Okay, let's clarify why you actually need participation in projects like urban strategies and visions. There are many mentions about it in literature, but today I want to base my arguments on really good book of Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Just because I want to remind you that you should consider developing not only your niche skills but also personality ones. During preparation for this video, I found out that this book is the same year that I was born. Not the freshest one, but still good to get the basics right. In this book, Covey said that he saw so many people that reached goals who had nothing to do with the common vision of the team or the project, and it's because nobody is going to have a commitment to the vision that was created just by a few bosses in their closed office. And this applies to any vision, whether it's your family, office, or a city. Now we convince ourselves that participation is vital. Once again. Now let's check the stages of cities, visions and strategies. First, you start with the research as any other project. A good project always starts with the research, and you will check the physical characteristics of the area, the social conditions, discover the stakeholders, and check the positive and negative aspects of this place. Then you move to set up this common ground, principles, discovering these thin areas, and this stage can take quite a lot of time. But it's very good to have something to guide you through the following steps where you will make more detailed decision making. Ooh, it would be cool to place some iron shod sculptures along the riverfront and place some folk pattern on the pavement. Wait a minute. Does it comply to our vision? By the end of 2030, we will restore the natural biosphere of our river and maintain it. Oops, not really. After that, we move to the design phase, where you work on more kind of concrete actions. And don't forget about nice visuals. And I'm not joking here, because the city vision and strategy are quite abstract assignments, and here you will deal with a lot of complex concepts. So to keep everybody on the same page, you really have to have a clean and clear graphics. Anything like infographics, schemes, collages, whatever. Use your imagination. And finally the curation stage, which not always happening, but if so, here you will help people who implements it to adjust it to some externalities or re-evaluate it and make sure that the project is still moving towards the initial target. Sorry, but can you explain me why you decided to change the tarmac in your main roads? If our main goal was to reduce consumption in public buildings, and households. Now participation. In the explore stage, you start spreading the word, which will help you to collect information and discover the stakeholders. By the way, to grasp all this coding that I'm using here, I highly recommend you to check my video on the mind map. Then gather information from the stakeholders that have mild interest. We already know that the interest is not enough to get them into the actual participation, but still they're a good source of information for you. And to get more about this stakeholders analysis, check another video about it. On the explore stage, you also will start the information campaign. In the next stage, you will start the actual participation with your highly interested stakeholders, beginning with the finding the common ground, collective brainstorming, and later reviewing and double checking with your advisors. And again, go through this same feedback loop on the following stage. It is really important to have this feedback loop to build up the trust with your stakeholders and constructive collaboration. In the last stage, you actually swap the roles. You're no longer the core of this project, but rather you're getting the role of advisory or consultancy. Well, except of some of your personal initiatives. When I first made this process graph a year ago for my former employer, it looked a bit different. But I'm okay to keep changing things as long as it's based on your research, experience, and personal beliefs. Next time we will check the master plan design process and how to integrate participation there. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. And that's it for now. See you next time. Ciao!